All right, jumping on here a few minutes early. Make sure everything's all set up. All right, video, where are you at? Let's jump on the right page here. I wish my computer was a little faster. All right, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Let me get this all set up. Okay. All right, looking good, looking good. Settings. Cross-posting, chiller chat. Yeah, shadow. Oh. I wonder if I can save it to my page. Just my page. Worry about that later. Okay. Alright, so, hey folks, we got like a minute. A minute, I say. Alright, I'll go here. I'll turn on the chat. Open that browser. We got a mere like 10 seconds to go, and I'll start out the first chat of the night. All right. Hey, folks, it is 8 o'clock. Time for the pre-show. Hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue. Welcome to the Chiller Night Live pre-show. Once again, every Saturday night, and I see David says champagne pop. Cheers to Chiller Night pre-show. All right, glad to hear. Thanks for joining us, David. I see Raymond's with us. All right. So, from 8 p.m. Eastern Time till 9, a few minutes shy of 9 p.m., I like to come on here and remind you of the fantastic Chiller Night programming coming up on Stream TV at 9 p.m. Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat. All night long, pretty much all night long. 9 p.m. until, well, we go on till about 3:30 in the morning. It's crazy, but that's what we do. Amanda Brown says, hi, Ava. Hey, Amanda, thanks for joining us. And I'm sure, well, I'm not sure if Ava is reading this at this moment. I think she's doing some shopping right now, so she might. You never know. You never know. All right, we've got a good show here tonight. We're gonna have Eric Sprouse with us a little bit later on. He is a fellow horror host in the Pittsburgh area. He's going to be joining us, and we're going to be talking about his show and his character. So we'll get to that here very shortly. And then John says, hello from New Jersey. Hey, John, thanks for joining us. Brad says, it's the Chiller Night pre-show with Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue. And now here's Bryan. Who's the guest tonight? Who's on tonight, Bryan? Well, that is Eric Sprouse. Ah, there he is. He's joining us here on Facebook. Hey, Eric, thanks for joining us. And Raymond says, spending Jack Shadow's money. Well, I don't know if his money, I don't know where his money would be any good at, but if you got some of Jack's money, Ava, sure, why not? All right. Now, tonight's programming. All right, here we go. Tonight at 9 o'clock, Chiller Night Theater. Jack Shadow features The Devil's Hand. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Leah Dawn Madden, and Leah talks about vampires. Now, if you remember this from earlier, we played this back in October. She talks about real life vampires, not the movie kind, but the real ones. So, and she tells us why she believes they exist, and that's a really interesting Chiller Chat episode. 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. My movie is Beast from Haunted Cave, last week's feature film. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Diane Withrow. So Diane's going to be talking, of course, about the upcoming Midnight Monster Party in Pittsburgh next month. At 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. To top off the night, the movie once again, The Devil's Hand. For you night owls, there's a there's a good time for you. All right. Cassandra says, awesome, Eric. Brad says, hello, Eric. Raymond says, Goomba. Goomba, yes, the great devil god Goomba will be splashed across your TV screen coming up here at 9 o'clock tonight. All right. On the Chiller Night programming. Chiller Night has, if you know, or maybe you don't know, we'll see. But we have a Facebook group page. It's just Chiller Night, not Chiller Night Theater, just Chiller Night. All right. We have a group page. If you're not a member, well, just become a member so you can join us with comments and watch parties and all kinds of good stuff. I don't know if Corpus is with us tonight. Now, Corpus usually runs the Thursday night. We have a regular weekly movie Thursdays at 8 p.m. We have a watch party, and that's Eastern time, and Corpus picks out the movie, and we have other movies going on throughout the week. If you want to have a watch party, you're a member of the group, feel free. But Thursday night, 8 o'clock, that's when the watch parties begin. So I don't see Corpus on here yet. I don't know if she'll be joining us tonight. If she doesn't let us know what the next movie is, and we'll be sure to catch it at some point through the week, I'm sure. I feel a little guilty. I have not been able to join in with those. Al says, hi everyone. Hi Cassandra. Hey Al, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Now if you're on Facebook, let me tell you this. You might be hearing me reading somebody's, if you're on Facebook, you won't see the YouTube comments. If you're on YouTube, you will not see the Facebook comments. It's just the way Restream is set up with the multi-streaming. So, wanted to let you know. Brad says, people love me on Chiller Group. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do a lot of the intermission shows there between the programmings. Raymond says she is in Florida. Oh, well that's cool. Well, I hope she's enjoying her time in Florida, and maybe we'll see her next week. All right. I've not been able to participate in watching the group watch parties here lately because I've been working on the haunted house. So, and I'm setting that up so I can play the commercial. Well, I'll play it later. But just know that, wow, we only got two of these Chiller Night pre-shows left before the haunted house season kicks in. What's going to happen at that time? I don't know. I don't think I can continue. So there might be through the month of October. I don't see that I'll be able to do the pre-show. I just don't see that happening. If I figure out a way to make that happen, you betcha I'll be doing it. But so we got tonight and we got next week, and then after that we got I got the haunted house. So if I figure something out before then, I'll be sure to let you know, or I'll make some posts or whatnot. So just know that. Just know that. All right, the Midnight Monster Party coming up next month. Right there. There's the guest, or the host, Natalie Sugars. She is going to be hosting this event, and it will be benefiting Autism Speaks, charity event. The Midnight Monster Party, a rock and roll fashion show in the theme of the old chillers of yesteryear. So, October 18th at the Cake Nightclub in Pittsburgh. That's going to be on in the Strip District, 1900 Smallman Street. And our very own Cassandra, Diane Silvio, and David will be in charge of the movie part of that. If Diane, are you still taking submissions for that with the short films? what they're going to be doing is throughout this event, they're going to be showing these short films submitted by local artists and directors and so forth. And Raymond says, "How fast bats fly by." Yeah, they better not linger too long around Jack Shadow. They're not going to make it. We know he's got a bad history with bats. Mushroom Hill says, "Wish I could go." Well, I wish you could go too. Yeah, but I encourage anybody in the Pittsburgh area to show up, attend, and if you do come in, you watch this show, make sure you stop by, and definitely make sure you stop by Jack Shadow. Jack Shadow will be there, and make sure that you let me know who you are, and please come up and introduce yourself and say hi to Jack. So make sure you do that, and we'll be glad to. I'll be happy to spend some time with you there and see what this party's all about. It's going to be a good time. Good time will be had by all. Brad says, "How's the haunted house coming along?" It's coming along pretty good. Okay, I'm going to play that ad just because I've been putting so much of my heart and soul and life and time into this thing. So take the next minute and a half and enjoy the Harrisville Haunted House commercial.
Ghosts and ghouls invade Harrisville Borough this Halloween season. Experience the horror this October in the Harrisville Community Park, located at 220 Wick Avenue, Harrisville, Pennsylvania, right next to the cemetery. Come experience fun and fright every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in October. And the last 2 weeks in October, come out to the Scaregrounds and enjoy carnival rides and browse to the vendors in the Harrisville Community Park. We'll also have a No Scare Day for kids on Saturday, October 19th from 1 to 5 p.m. But be warned, the scares begin back up again at 6 p.m. later that evening for our regular haunted house. 20% of ticket sales benefit Harrisville Borough, so come out, get scared, have fun, and help support the community at the Harrisville Haunted House. Don't worry, we'll leave the frights on for you.
For more information, visit chillernighttheater.com. That's chillernighttheater.com.
All right, there you have it. There you have it. Jack Shadow is in all his glory there, or anti-glory, or however you want to put it. But he's pretty happy about this. That's where he started out as a character, and that I think is where he certainly belongs, at least in a most comfortable setting on his end. Okay, Brad says, "I'm going to do my darnest to get to that haunted house." Well, I certainly hope so. All right, well, I hope to see you there. Mushroom Hill gives us 4 black hearts and a variation of some bats and pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns. And Raymond says, "Was that the date?" Was that the date? That is the date. Well, it is. It begins on Thursday, October 3rd. It's every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday throughout the whole month. And then the last night is Halloween. So there it is. There it is. All right. Did you guys hear? I'll probably bring this up a little bit later, but Eric says, "Now that looks spooktacular." It should be. I hope so. It is. Been putting a lot of work into it, and I can't wait. I can't wait to open up the doors to the residents of Harrisville and the surrounding area, or even the non-surrounding area. You know, really looking forward to it. I saw today that, and I thought they already did this, but I saw the headline today. The Navy, the United States Navy, admits that the UFO video footage is real. I saw this on several headlines, and I thought that this was already an established thing, but the fact that they've come out and said this, I guess, as the Navy and not the there was a Pentagon group who was studying this stuff. So I don't know. That's pretty significant, don't you think? I do. But what do you guys think? Today or yesterday, on the 20th, was supposed to be the day that everyone is going to supposedly storm Area 51. So that did not happen, evidently. If it did, they've been keeping that on the down low and pretty hush-hush, because I certainly haven't heard about it. Raymond says, I will be at my 50th high school reunion. Really? Wow. That's pretty impressive. I can say I've never been to one of my high school reunions, not ever. And wow, that's pretty cool. I should go to one, but I just haven't. I've just never done it. I don't know why I haven't. Cassandra says, we are not alone. No, I don't think we are. I don't think we are. Of course, the Navy, or anybody involved in this, anybody has an official, authoritative stance on this, says, you know, we're not presuming we know where they're coming from or who's in the pilot seat. All we're saying is that these are unidentified flying objects. So you take it from there. Brad says, who's still planning on storming Area 51? They better not do that in real life, because a lot of people will be in trouble. LOL. Yeah, I don't think it would. I don't know. I don't think that would be a good idea. That's my 2 cents. I don't think it'd be a good idea. But all right, folks. Let's get Eric. Maybe he'll let us know what he thinks about that as well. Now, Eric, just to let you know, Eric does a show, Dead and Buried Treasures. It's a hosted horror show. Plays in the Pittsburgh area. On PCTV 21. You know, that's something we had in common. And he is Captain Calico Drake. So, or Calico. I'm sorry, I messed that up. I think I misspelled that. I'm sorry, that was on my end. Okay, let me call Eric here real quick. All right. Here we go. And this is not a chiller chat, folks. This is just a regular Chiller Night Live pre-show. And hello, Eric.
Hello, this be Calico Drake. How are you tonight, Brian?
Oh, hey, pretty good, Calico Drake, Captain.
Just having a little fun.
How are you doing tonight?
Oh, you know, I'm living the dream, Brian. It's a Saturday night, so with Halloween and the looming ahead, I'm doing some editing, of course.
Oh, yes, yes. Let me put your picture up here. People know who we're talking about. And then I'll be showing, well, let me start off showing the picture of Captain Calico Drake. So this is your...
Make sure you get to me good side.
All right. It'll probably take a few seconds before you can see that, but this is Eric's character on the Dead and Buried Treasures.
Yep, Dead and Buried Treasures. That's where all the ridiculousness happens, both in front of the lens and behind it.
I'll show up some of the characters. Now, here's your parrot, Jack. And
that's Jack is my first officer on the show. He's me mate, me first officer on the show. And a lot of people ask me, is he a puppet? And you know, in the early days when I first devising the idea of the show, I actually bought a puppet, a very expensive parrot puppet that I said I couldn't get my hand in. It was really nice. It was just not quite. And then I just happened to find Jack. He was animated. He was like a little robot. I think the company For Real makes him.
Oh yeah.
He's just. I have so much. You probably get a lot of this kind of stuff too. You get so much instant messages and really fan mail on that. Jack gets the most.
Does he really? Okay, here's another character, Davy Bones.
Davy Bones. Yeah, he's another one that gets a lot, and he's it's funny because I do all the characters on the show, and I don't have. It's rare to have a guest. I feel like Eddie Murphy. You do, because you do all the voices. I voiced Jack, I voiced Davy Bones, of course I do myself, and then so I'm trying to. We've expanded in the last couple of months where we've added. We call her Dirty Gertie on the show, and she's our professor who knows the spells down in the lab on the ship. Well, my ship was like the Enterprise.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's like this enormous big pirate ship. Where the reality is back in those days, pirate ships weren't really that large.
Right.
I have like all these. Just it seems like I have all these decks. I might as well have the Pearl, but. So it's a lot of fun, and obviously when you voice all the characters yourself, it's difficult,
Yeah, I would I would think so. And now Cassandra wrote, Eric, do you use PCTV 21 to shoot your show, or do you just play it there?
Well, PCTV and I have had a history. I go back. Almost into the 90s, actually into the 90s with PCTV. I used to do a show there called the Hollywood Spotlight, and for about 5 years I did like a movie review show there, late 90s, early 21st century, and I left for a while to teach in Ohio and Philadelphia and down in Washington, D.C. and things like that, and then ended up back in the Pittsburgh area. So when I came back, I kind of have my own studio, and but I still had my ties there. And one of my producers, Dustin Devine, lives in the area, and in the PCTV viewing area, that is. So he kind of set up the ties with me on the show. So to answer your question, we do not, but one of my producers do live in the area. We have him on the show working on it. So it's a nice tie-in, and we shoot it to air on PCTV Channel 21, but it also airs on what I like to call our flagship station, which is BPTV, which is in Bethel Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it airs there for Upper St. Clair and Peters Township and places like that. So that's our main. In fact, it airs later tonight, I believe, at 11 o'clock. Our pre-show's on at 10:30 up there. So, and then we were expanding our audiences into Fayette County and parts of Washington County next weekend. So we're slowly getting on our feet. We've been around. We haven't been around quite as long as Chiller Night Theater. I've done horror hosting since the 90s on another show we did. I created a show that still kind of runs today. We called it Fright Night Friday back in the day. Okay. But the Spooky Spectre hosted that, and he now calls it Fright Night Theater, and he does his version online and down in Fayette County. So we just started this about a year ago. We're having the time of our lives with it, and it's a lot of fun. And I don't know if there's ever been a pirate horror host.
I don't know. I've not known there to be one. You're the first as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I have to research that.
Yeah.
Somehow. But it just kind of fell into place. Last year I wanted a really good pirate costume, and I ended up going to the Renaissance Festival, actually. And when I went down there with that costume, somehow I got entered into the costume contest down there, and I ended up winning.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was kind of neat. And I thought it all kind of just happened after that. I said, I ought to do something with this. And I had so much fun doing it. Playing the pirate, is always a lot of fun, matey. And so we just kept it going, and I took my horror host background that I had from years ago and applied it to the pirate makeup, and it just kind of, bam, fell into place.
Well, now, Cassandra has a question, then I want to get into your Halloween special coming up.
Sure,
Eric,
yeah.
or Cassandra says, Eric, do you remember the schlock shop. It was on both BPTV and PCTV 21.
The Schlock Shop.
Yes.
You know, I remember. I wish I could say yes, I remember it vividly, but I don't. I remember hearing about it because I've had a lot of local ties around here. It's funny, Brian, because you and I are in the Washington area. I'm actually in the Washington area myself, Washington, Pennsylvania, and so being here, I've had a lot of local ties with television because I taught at California University of Pennsylvania and ran their TV station for a number of years. So that's kind of where the Fright Night Friday show began in the mid-'90s. And then I kind of got involved. I ended up teaching at Clarion. I ended up teaching at Robert Morris. So I've kind of expanded and worked with a lot of people in TV in the immediate area. And when you teach that and you teach television, people that you have taught then get the jobs, and then you kind of, interact with them quite a bit. And I don't remember the Schlock Shop, but I remember it being on PCTV and BPTV so many years ago. So is it still on, Cassandra? Give me an answer on that one. That's what I'd like to know.
Okay, well, we'll wait for her to respond. Now, until then, you are doing a Halloween episode with Dead and Buried Treasures. Would you like to talk about that?
Well, this is where the fun begins, Brian. I'm a big fan of the CW, and I watch a lot of Arrow and The Flash and Supergirl, and they have these Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earth, or Crisis on Infinite Earth, and all the crossover shows and that kind of stuff. So I never really heard of anybody ever doing a crossover show with horror hosts.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of started thinking, wouldn't that be fun? Because you know how it is, Brian. I don't like to think we're ever in competition with each other. I like to think we're all in one big support of the genre. And so I contacted a couple of horror hosts in the area, Jack Shadow included, and we're doing a big crossover show on Dead and Buried Treasures that we're putting together as a Halloween special that will air in October on BPTV. Channel 7, PCTV Channel 21, CUTV at California University of Pennsylvania on Channel 17 in Fayette County, and then on Armstrong Cable. So a lot of the southwestern Pennsylvania horror hosts are all gathering together with this ridiculous script that I've written, where we're going to have a Jack Shadow on the show. We're having the Spooky Spectre on the show from Fright Night Theater. Sluggo, believe it or not, is going to throw her hand in, or her snailish features onto the show. She's going to guest star. We have also Toxic Gravely Macabre from the old Midnight Monster Hop. May or may not put in an appearance. Much like yourself, Brian, he is overworked with his haunted attraction, and I'm not sure how much he'll be able to contribute. That's kind of where we're at, and we all happen to, in the Halloween special, we all happen to graduate from Horror Host College, where our dean of horror school was Chilly Billy Carney, and
nice.
We are all having to gather together for an emergency that has arisen. And that's kind of the fun involved. So we have all of these horror host minds coming together to have a lot of hijinks.
Uh-huh. I think that's when you presented the idea to me, I thought the idea sounded a lot of fun, and I appreciate you reaching out to me and then inviting Jack Shadow to be part of this.
It's funny too, because when I learned just how close you were to me, I said, my God, he's in Washington, Pennsylvania, or somewhere in this area, and I thought, that's amazing. And so when I reached out to you, I'm so glad you've been so welcoming on the idea, and especially with all of your schedule just has to be out of control, and you're finding some time to help me with the Halloween special we're doing on Dead and Buried Treasures, and of course, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be something that's kind of memorable that maybe we can do it, as a kind of Halloweenish thing every year or something like that. Who knows? So we'll see how this one goes and move forward, and who knows where we'll land.
You never know. You never know. Well, I am about an hour north of Pittsburgh. I'm in Butler County, and so what's that?
Butler County. That's right. Yep, I remember reading that.
Yep. Just above Allegheny County, where Pittsburgh's at. But let's see. Brad says, Cassandra says, I was involved with production on the Schlock Shop and Bruce Lentz, Mr. Schlock.
Mr. Schlock, I remember Mr. Schlock. That's great.
That's pretty cool.
Like I said, I don't live in that viewing area, but I heard of him through on. There was another host. There was a movie review show on BPTV. That's still on there, believe it or not, that I've worked with in some way, shape, or form, called Outtakes with Fiore. And Fiore Mastracci hosts the show. He hosts movie reviews in the area. And I remember him, because we used to air his show down at CUTV at California University and vice versa. We were on his show with other shows. And I remember hearing about Mr. Schlock. That's a great turn back the clock. I haven't heard that for a while. That's great.
And Brad writes, what about Erie County, Pennsylvania? And he says, I doubt it. But, yeah, that's up there pretty high.
You mean as in getting the show up there, the Halloween special up there?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? As, in 2006, the world changed because YouTube came on the scene. And, it's kind of funny because people, I'm an old bugger, and I remember what it was like, believe it or not, before Facebook and YouTube, and a lot of our younger generation does not know so much, because that's been 13 years for YouTube alone. And, the nice thing about YouTube is that if we're not in your viewing area, whenever we premiere an episode of Dead and Buried Treasures on TV, which is generally Friday and Saturday nights, that Sunday night is our YouTube premiere. So if you want to see the show, the easiest way to take part in that and the fun of an actual premiere, I guess, what is that, worldwide, I guess, would be the YouTube, our YouTube channel, called, it's mine, In Neon, guys, what the name of it is. It's easier just to search on YouTube, Dead and Buried Treasures, and we generally have a YouTube premiere on the Sunday that our shows premiere. We probably crank out maybe about one a month. We just don't have the way to do it. I wish I could do it weekly, but of course, Brian, you can probably understand when you're a one-man band. I think you understand. Even one every 2 weeks is just.
It is tough. It is tough keeping up with a show like a recurring episodes and stuff. But I don't know. This year, when I've only had a few newer episodes this year. And then after Halloween, I'll be going back to the Friday Night Frights, Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights, which is a live show, just like I'm doing now, only it's with Jack Shadow and it streams live. Now that's an idea I had. Wow, we had that at the end of 2018. We were sitting here just kind of like, is there a way to do that? And, I just had to start looking into stuff. And I thought, yeah, actually. And then when I was doing the pre-show here, I was like, how come I just can't do it like this? And then that's basically what it is. It's done in the same way. It's just that you're watching a show and it's Jack Shadow and he's interacting with the viewers. And Brad says, thank God for YouTube. All right.
Well,
Yes.
I think YouTube has its good days and bad days, but I mean, technology's changed so fast and so furious. I mean, when Facebook Live change is another chapter that just changed the world today. And Twitter is like, oh my gosh, everything's just changed and happens so fast that no one edits analog anymore. It's all digital and nobody did, and it's 4x3. They all do widescreen, and I'm like, well. some stations around here you have to do 4x3 because technology has happened so fast. Even local television, public access channels still do 4x3, believe it or not. They don't do widescreen. And so you have to shoot it, believe it or not, 4x3. PCTV is one of those. They just need the funding to do that. But when they do, and they come around in the next few years or whatever it is, you'll have a little bit of a quality jump there. So, but yeah, so the nice thing about YouTube and there's possibilities are the show Dead and Buried Treasures. You can always check out our premieres on our video library. We're not a YouTube show, but we stockpile all of our shows on YouTube for the world to see. So yeah, come check it out. It's called Dead and Buried Treasures. It's fun.
And when will the, do you know yet when the Halloween episode will be out with the crossover?
That's when's a lot of fun, matey. I want to say we have new episodes on TV the first Friday of the month. But this one is such a powerhouse. We're hosting a clean print classic, a clean print of Night of the Living Dead. And it's uncut. And I like they say, uncut, unedited, and commercial free. But of course, you can't say commercial free because you have to have our segments, right? So, but yeah, we're looking at the first Friday of the month. But because we are a little bit behind with another episode that we got to the TV station over at Bethel Park, it's going to take a little bit longer. So probably the best way to describe it is if you live in the BPTV area, we're looking at probably mid-October. If you're looking at the CU TV viewing area, that would probably be about the same thing in mid-October. If you're looking at PCTV, they're a little bit more complex, and Cassandra probably would understand if she has some ties with PCTV. Their programming, whenever we send them a show, it's generally on maybe a month or even 2 months later. So we're probably 2 or 3 episodes behind on there. So when it says Happy Halloween, you'll get that after Christmas.
Well, when it does come out, you let me know, and I'll be sure to let our viewers know, and we'll make sure everybody checks out the Halloween episode of Dead and Buried Treasures.
Yes, I will, matey, and it'll be a great time working with you, Jack. I mean, Brian. And then, like I said, if they want to see it, it would probably be on. Look for it mid-October on our Dead and Buried Treasures premiere on YouTube sometime.
Okay, all right, fantastic. Hey, it sounds like a lot of fun, Eric. Can't wait to participate.
Always a pleasure, Jack. I mean, Brian, and we will see you soon. And thanks again. I can't wait to see how the Halloween special turns out for us.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight, Eric.
Anytime. Take care.
All right, we'll see ya. All right, so that was Eric Sprouse and talking about his show Dead and Buried Treasures. So that will be a collaboration. Well, he's doing all the hard work, and we will be doing a crossover with various horror hosts. So that sounds like a neat idea. I love the idea about the dean of the horror hosts being Chilly Billy. He was Chilly Billy. So Raymond says, sounds cool. And Brad says, bye, Eric. So I guess I can take this part off. But yeah, that was cool. That sounds like a neat idea. Looking forward to that. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it at first, just because I'm so swamped. But where there's a will, there's a way. We'll get it figured out. But anyways, Cassandra says, thank you, Eric Sprouse. So yeah, that was nice of him to come on, talk about a show. It sounds like a lot of fun. So, speaking of shows, let's take another look at, because it's 8:37 already, jeez, at our schedule coming up. All right, tonight at 9, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Devil's Hand. And at 11 p.m., Chiller Channel. My guest is Leah Dawn Madden. We actually originally aired this one back in October. I think this was the Halloween special from last year, the Halloween episode. We did this live, I think, on Halloween night, if I remember that right. And then at 11:30, Beast from Haunted Cave. And 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Diane Withrow. And then 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater, The Devil's Hand. All right. Now, Diane, on that one, of course, she'll be talking about the Midnight Monster Party, and that, of course, Jack Shadow will be there. But there it is again, the Midnight Monster Party. Hope you guys can make it out and visit that function. Again, it's benefiting Autism Speaks. And Al says, looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Cassandra says, thank you, Eric Sprouse. Oh, I guess I already read that. Brad says, we're still trying to get CNT Chiller Night Theater on the Chilly Billy TV station. I'm sure how complex it is. It's just that you don't give up. No, that's just it. You gotta keep at it. Eric Sprouse says, it was a pleasure. All right, so Eric's on there. Thank you once again. Yeah, this stuff's a lot of fun. You just gotta have a passion for it, you know. The horror hosting, and and then if you're doing, haunted houses, there's that as well. I know mine's taking a lot out of me, but it's all what you're into and what you love to do, and there's I love haunted houses. Always have as a kid. And I've always loved scary movies and chiller theater with Bill Cardell. That was obviously my big inspiration to do the show that I do now. So, I'm sorry for yawning, folks. I don't look very lively. I got up super early. I've been at it all day, and pretty soon we'll be watching Chiller Night Theater, and Jack Shadow will take over. And so, yeah, I don't know. You just got to have a passion for it, which I do, or I obviously wouldn't be doing that. And you can tell by talking with Eric that he certainly does as well. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I grew up watching Chiller Theater, Chilly Billy, and now, well into my adulthood, I am still dressing up as this guy, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing here. So, and if you see up here, if this is one of your first times, if you look up in that window, you can actually see Jack Shadow up there moving around. So he's getting all set for tonight's programming. The Devil's Hand. Devil's Hand. That's got the guy. Was it Neil Hamilton? Is it? I can't think of his name right now. The guy who played Commissioner Gordon in the '60s Batman does a fantastic job. So it's a good movie. It's a very enjoyable movie. And Beast from Haunted Cave. If you missed it last week, you get to see it again this week. If you stay up. I'm questioning whether I will. Yeah, these haunts, it's taking quite a bit out of me. I am going to try to get a brand new episode of Chiller Night Theater out next month. So I know it sounds crazy in the midst of the haunted house to try to throw not a live show, but a new Chiller Night Theater episode. But that is what I'm going to try to do. So you never know. I may succeed. I kind of think I will. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right. So, hey, back to the UFO thing. Just like the Area 51 stuff going on last week. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody wrote about that. Somebody commented that. Hold on. Raymond says, top secret facility. Cassandra said, I heard 2 YouTubers got arrested. Oh, yeah? What were they doing? Were they trying to... 2 YouTubers, I wonder what they were doing. Were they trying to raid Area 51 with just the 2 of them? If you know the story, I'd love to hear it. Do tell. All right. So... let's see. I think I'm all caught up on the comments. Wow. That's pretty good. All right. Well, folks, I want to mention the Chiller Night Spirit of Halloween. This book is about Sam Hain, Jack Shadow himself, as 5 teenagers head out for a night of trick-or-treating but lose themselves in a dimension of horror. Now they race against the clock to save their souls. I was going to play the commercial, but I'm reading it to you right now. All right, from Jack Shadow, The Spirit of Halloween. This All Hallows Eve fantasy is a thrill a minute, and the first in a new series of Halloween fun and terror. Take a step back in time through the veils between the living and the dead. Pretty neat book. If you get a chance, might wanna get one for your collection. Brad says it's hard to believe that it's going to be October pretty soon. This year's flew by fast. Do you remember last year? It seemed like weeks ago, where we were planning on doing this show, the Chiller Night Live pre-show, live from a haunted house, and then we picked Ghost Lake. And so we went there. Remember this? We went there thinking we were going to go right in, and we spent like the first 40 plus minutes, more like probably 50 minutes, standing in line while we're doing the pre-show. But we did get the Devil's Den. Maybe I'll play that next week or something like that. But Raymond says, how long does it take to create an episode? That's a good question. How long does it take to create an episode? Well, after determining what movie I'm going to play, from that point, that's a tough one to answer. Because, well, let me tell you my process from living where I'm living and where the TV station is now. I sit down, I will break the movie up. I will watch those segments, make the notes, because of course my dialogue will be referring to, the section that you just watched. I have to write up the dialogue, then I have to make arrangements to go in and have it taped at Stream TV, and then I get that footage back from them, the files back from them. Within the next, because there's stuff that needs to be done on those, like the bats that fly, past Jack Shadow and stuff like that. That's stuff that Stream TV does. They add all that stuff. So they add some of the bells and whistles, the visual bells and whistles like that, and then I get it, and then comes the editing. I can usually edit an episode maybe in a week. If that's all I was doing, I could probably do it in a day. But when I'm working all day, and then you got the just everyday life and family, and I can do it usually within a week. But I've had a show for months, just having the file that I haven't even opened it yet, just because I've been that busy, and I can't wait to open it up and put it together. We'll be playing House on Haunted Hill, which is a great chiller night movie to watch. But I really hope I can get that one out for next month. It's brand new episode, brand new dialogue, everything. And so how long does it create an episode? It could take weeks to do one, with the way that I have to work with it. If I had, I guess, more time in the day, I could do them quicker, of course. But when I do the live ones, now that's not a quick thing either. I got to go through the same process. It's just I'm just not going 30 plus miles to the TV station and doing it. It's done live. So there's a lot of work to that, but I'll tell you what, boy, those are fun. I really enjoy that, because that's like this, I just enjoy. I've always wanted Chiller Night Theater. Maybe someday it will be exclusively a live program. A weekly live program. To me, if I could actually pull that off, that would be my dream. That's where I wanted the show to be years and years and years ago, but I'm just now getting to, this year, 2019, is the first time I got to try that. And so, knowing now that it can be done, maybe someday, I'll be able to do more. But right now, just keeping up with the one per month, like I had been doing up until June, was quite overwhelming. And Raymond says, on average, well, yeah, I'd say a couple weeks per episode. Normally, if I had more time, I could do them quicker. But Cassandra says, at least that was their story after they got caught. Oh, I missed something. She said, Cassandra says, they said it wasn't a raid. They accidentally entered the wrong way. Oh, yeah. They just wanted to see it. Right. And then at least that's what their story is after they got caught. Brad says, Stream TV is so lucky to have a show like Chiller Night Theater. Oh, thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. Raymond says, can't wait. Oh, for the next episode. Yeah, that'll be coming up very, very quickly. And so will Chiller Night Theater. I just now looked at the time, 8:49. One thing I'd like to examine once I get done with the haunted house, because we're only having one more pre-show. That's next Saturday. After that, folks, I will be elsewhere. I will be at the haunted house. If I had a way to figure out how to do this at the same time, wow, I'd love to do that. But I know that I don't know. I don't know how to do that. So, as much as it really tears me up to do this, I don't think we're going to be able to have the pre-show in October, like, at all. I don't know how to make that happen. So, if you can just tune in again and join me at the other end, at the other end of the tunnel, that'd be great. I really hope to see you, in November. We got one more show. We got one more pre-show next Saturday, and then it will be. I'll have to put it on hold there for a little bit. I enjoy these Saturday nights. I look forward to these. I enjoy chatting with you guys. I very much enjoy this. Raymond says, any stand-ins? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know that I could really, honestly, because if they could stand in here, I would want them to be in my haunted house. So I don't know. That's a good question. But then it's a matter of how do you operate? How do I get them to know how to operate everything? Because even this took me so long to learn how to set everything up and how to control the the screens and all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't even need to be that fancy. Maybe it could just be somebody on a phone. I don't know. Maybe I'll check in. Maybe I'll get a chance to check in. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. I don't know what to expect. This is my first time at this venue, at this location in Harrisville. So I have no idea what to expect. But I can't wait to find out. So coming up very soon. Al says it's become my Saturday night thing. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Al. It is something, and I've talked to Ava about this many, many times. It's something I really look forward to because I love horror movies and I love talking to people or chatting with people that love this stuff as well. Horror, science fiction, the old classics and not so classics of yesteryear. But I have a good feeling that all of you are like that as well. Not only that, but just like Halloween and horror movies and all that stuff. You got that person that just gets it. Like a lot of people might say Halloween, oh that's cool, but then you might say Halloween and you see somebody else out there has that same look in their eye, like, oh okay, a fellow a fellow fan. I don't know. We could spot our own, but that's kind of like how I feel when we're here on Saturday nights, getting ready, to watch the Chiller movie to come and Chiller chat. I have a lot of fun doing this. I think after Halloween, I will probably really, really look into combining the live show with Chiller chat. I'm not sure because the pre-show has a certain feel to it, and Chiller chat has a certain feel to it too. And so I want to make sure that I'm not disrupting a certain pulse that each show has. Each show has that. And sometimes it's not a good idea to combine them. Sometimes it might be, sometimes it might not be. And that's kind of where I'm at, like trying to feel it out right now. So we'll see. Cassandra says, I love this. Thank you. So do I, very much. Brad says, we have fun here every Saturday. We don't know what we're going to do without you. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, don't forget, though, Stream TV at 9 p.m. That's still everything there is going to be the same. Everything there is going to be just like it is now. So plus, fingers crossed, a brand new episode of Chiller Night Theater coming up. And then after that, I'll jump back on here on the first Saturday after Halloween. So that is going to happen. So folks, it is 8:54. We only got a few minutes left. So, and then next week, like I say, next week, I think, is going to be the last pre-show for a while, for a month. So, thank all of you every week for joining me. Again, I've said it before, I mean it every time. I don't take that lightly. That you're devoting a bracket of your time on a Saturday night to be joining me here. So, live, I really appreciate that. And without you guys doing that, I wouldn't be sitting here, doing this. Obviously, it's easier not to, but man, I love doing this. I just love doing it. So, Brad says, I'll cover you. Nah, it wouldn't be the same without you. Then I'd be doing the intro. It's a Chiller Night pre-show. Brad back with. All right. So, folks, I hope that you enjoyed the programming tonight. I really do. This The Devil's Hand is a great movie. I really super enjoy it. It's a fun episode. It's a fun episode. You'll see that with Aura and Elle in this. So it's just a good one. Beast from Haunted Cave, that was a lot of fun, as well as our guests for Chiller Chat. And Raymond says, we enjoy the Ori show too. The Ori? O-R-E show? Ava says, hey, gives me some hearts. Right back at you, baby. And Cassandra says, hi, Ava. Raymond says, later, Gators. All right, we'll see you, Raymond. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right, so folks, thank you once again. Have a good night. Have a good Chiller night. We'll see you next week.